All right. Today I get to do my favorite job. I love to do things. Guess what I have?
What's that?
Bail out the water. Guess why I have this? Because if I had used something else, you all would have gagged and said, we can't drink out of that ever again. Pliers. To slop out the slop. So, here's where our problem is. This is not necessarily an old house problem. This is just a house problem. And this is a, I don't know, at least once a year maybe, task. There's some reasons why this might happen. In just a normal house it happens because plumbing just plugs up, right? All of us who have a house knows that. You guys have all experienced that. One of the factors in this house though is, one, we can have low water pressure because it's an old house. So you don't get enough water flowing through here, so the water doesn't flow through the trap enough to drain it all out. Number two is, take a look at this. There's no hot water. That has been that way for a few years.
7 years.
7?
Yes.
It's been 7?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. We've done well. 7 years without hot water in the bathroom.
My bathroom.
Anyways, there's lots of reasons why this can happen. It's not an old house problem. It's a house problem. But in an old house, it can be an old house problem because you don't have enough water pressure, because you have old pipes that are filled with minerals. And so you only have a little trickle of water coming through the line, which means that there's not enough water going through the trap to kick all the garbage out of the trap. So, once a year, I get to clean it out. So, simple task. Make sure you catch all the water, because that's going to be gross. And that's why we have a gross towel here. Just to catch whatever comes out of here when I open it. You undo the trap. And who knows, maybe with some of you know, if you look at this trap, and I don't know if this is true or not, but maybe the trap is not put in right. I'll tell you what, this thing stinks. And I would imagine that if the trap's not put in right, there's another factor. What a smell. All right, there we go. Right direction. It is disgusting. Because this water's been sitting for a long time.
Because when did I tell you about it?
Well, no, it's been sitting for longer than that. Let's see. All right. And then the other thing to do is this, which takes the stopper out of the sink. Allows me to take the stopper out of the sink. And we cleaned it all out. And we have to clean out the neck of the sink. If anybody wants to see what that looks like. And here we go. We go clean. See, I'll do more cleaning than that because that is gross. I'm going to run something through there. Very gross. Dump that water there. Oop, I think I threw the stopper in there because
Gross.
there's the stopper. And then I'll fill this up with soapy water. And I'll wash all this out.
You poured that water on our walkway. We have 3 acres of land. You needed to pour it on the walkway?
Well, it'll dry up.
Not before you guys track it.
You won't track it, it'll be dry. These aren't too plugged. What was plugged was the neck because it's the stopper. But nonetheless, I'm going to wash these all out just to make sure everything flows well. It won't get white. It'll just be less than black. And my goal isn't to make it perfectly clean. My goal is only to make sure there's nothing that's going to stop it from flowing once I get it put back together. So the stopper, of course, had all kinds of gunk around it. And that really is where it all gets stuck. Any of you who take care of this stuff in your own home, you know that.
Maybe you take care of it 6 months earlier when the wife says my think drain is clogging.
So we have to make that point again.
Yeah,
Okay, I see.
we do.
Why do we have to make that point
Because
again?
I've been brushing my teeth in the kitchen sink.
Only for the last couple of days.
Disgusting.
Yeah, this is gross. This is just one of those.
Dump it outside. Don't dump it in the sink.
I'm not going to dump it in this sink. That's disgusting.
I know.
That's why I have this bucket. So that I don't pour any of this crap in here. This is the real gross part. Right here. See that? This is the stuff that could make me gag. This is the stuff that plugs.
Where are you going to put it?
I need toilet paper.
Oh. Oh, I can't do this. Well, then
You're not doing it. I'm doing it.
Toilet?
Oh, I could go in the toilet.
Oh.
There we go.
Flush.
And then we'll wash this out. A little extra, just to make sure that we start off with something relatively open. Because we don't want to go right back to where we were, and actually there's still crap in there, so it's not even open.
gonna get it out?
Push something through there. Even if it's this.
Not one of my washcloths.
It's a washcloth, right? It's a washcloth?
Yeah. Don't use it for dishes.
I can also take something else and just take a stick and shove it down there. Because I still can't see light. So that means I just pushed it down, that's it. Still not through. Maybe that'll be long enough. Thinking maybe well, I'm kind of thinking I'll check down there and see, but kind of thinking it should be cleared out. Yeah, it's cleared out. All right, there, gunk's cleared out. So now, what we do is put it back together. So, reverse of what we did. Alright. We need to manage to catch that. Okay. We did that. Thread the cap back on. Problem is, of course, because you can't see anything. Here's my, what do I do with my pliers? See my pliers anywhere, do you?
Were they in the bucket that you dropped in the plants?
I don't think I put them in the bucket. All right, well, I got this on there.
They were in the bucket.
Did I throw them in the bucket?
Yep.
Okay,
So you're gonna have to look in the plants for the pliers.
okay. Well, that's the thing. When I do these things, not necessarily more about just getting it done. and the details of keeping track of everything. So now what I should have is plumbing tape to go around here so this doesn't leak. Which means I should probably go get some. But that's a little trip out to the shed. Because I didn't grab that right away because I was thinking I wouldn't bother with that. But now that it's all coming off, I'm gonna redo it. Because otherwise, we'll have water coming out of the plumbing.
Glorious.
Yep, glorious. That's what it is. And look at that, dear. While I'm down here, look what I'm doing. This is the other thing that gets done when I'm down here.
That's so nice.
What? See?
Considering I put up with the smell of that stagnant water for the last 6 months.
The last.
Every time I took
You
a pee.
you keep repeating that. Why do you keep repeating that? Are you trying to make a point? There's 2 places where I can find some. All right. Good question. Oh, there it is. That's what I'm looking for. The bag with the plumbing equipment. Precisely organized, see? Look at how quickly I laid my hands on that. I have a very, very, very disciplined organizational structure. In your culture. This is what we do. Because that'll keep the water from leaking out the threads. All right. There we go. And this also. And this. And who knows, somebody who's watching this might say, you're supposed to put it on the other direction. Instead of going clockwise, you're supposed to go counterclockwise. I don't know. I've always pondered that though. Wondered if it made any difference.
Maybe people should leave a comment and let you know.
Yeah. Because then I can learn some things too. Okay, so now the challenge is putting it back together the way it was. And guess what I didn't do? Think about how it went. But I think this is how it goes. So we screw this on. Yep, this is how it goes, I can tell. All right, so this one goes on to the one that comes out of the sink.
Why is that dumb? Why is it made in a dumb way where you go down into a hook and then up?
Because this is what you call a trap. So water, it's designed so that water sits in there. And the reason it's designed so that water sits in there is because that water keeps the sewer gas from coming back up. That is the design of this. So that's what we got here. Now, since I can't see, it's a little tricky to get this to thread on. Okay. Seems like it's threading. This goes like this. As tight as we can. Only do it finger tight. And then, what do?
Turn on the water and check it.
We test it. Look at this. Look at that. Then while it's doing that, put your hands here and say, okay, is there any water coming out? And, nope.
Yay.
Yay. So, we're good for another year. Look at that.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
When do I get my hot water?
That's a little bigger project.